So, funny story. I was gonna stop reading these, but when I went to my comic shop today to pick something else up for my girlfriend, yeah, they said, "Oh, hey, we got your pull list right here," and I'm like, "Pull list? I thought I canceled everything." Turns out I didn't, and I'm still collecting these goddamn JMS books. This was from last month, and that, of course, it's Hulk and Doctor Strange, as you can see, and I also got Ghost Rider versus Galactus, which admittedly was the one I was really excited about, but these JMS one-shots have just been mid at best. Like, they have just been garbage for the most part. But yeah, we'll see with Ghost Rider. I haven't read it as of this recording. That'll probably be the next review up, is Ghost Rider versus Galactus. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, let's talk about Hulk and Doctor Strange. With a backup story of Aunt May and Agatha Harkness. So this comic, like I said, is of two stories. The major one is Hulk and Doctor Strange, which isn't, like, the whole thing of these comics is that they're meant to be, like, unique team-ups and whatnot, and meetings of characters. And so far, it has quite literally been like, if it's two characters that meet, it's more like one character gets more attention. Like, example, the Volstagg and Captain America comic. It's more like Volstagg and Steve Rogers' team is just in the background. The first one with Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon was all right. And yeah, these one-shots have been, and this one is no different, where it's just one character gets more balanced than the other. Because this really should have been called Hulk featuring Doctor Strange, because, yeah, they don't team up. It's not a team-up. It's more of they don't fight some grand evil. It's nothing like that. It's just a Hulk, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a big Hulk fan, but, you see that, Doctor Strange? Yeah. And it's you maybe think it's like a Defender story. No, it's just, I guess JMS wanted to write a Hulk story, and also he has this weird thing for Doctor Strange, which, this motherfucker can't write Doctor Strange. I'm sorry. This motherfucker cannot write Doctor Strange at all. I have read his Doctor Strange. It is ass. Like, yeah. So what is it? What is this story about? Well, Banner is just in New York. The continuity's kind of up in the air, which I'll give in a moment. And Banner just goes up to the Sanctum Sanctorum and is like, "Hey, I'm feeling really depressed about something," which, admittedly, it's a neat idea, but we'll get to that in a second. And he opens the door, and Wong lets him in, which I'm already like, that's a continuity error, because Wong is no longer, like, just the servant of Doctor Strange. He's now, like, leading his own group called Wand, which are, a offshoot of the now-defunct S.H.I.E.L.D., trying to recover, lost, trying to deal with magical threats. That's what it basically is. So yeah, this dude never, and also Strange, Skeevan isn't even the Sorcerer Supreme anymore. So this does not, you may be thinking, well, all right, maybe it's not taking place during the Jed MacKay Doctor Strange, maybe it's set in a different time. Yeah, but then they reference stuff from Immortal Hulk, which isn't far behind from the Jed MacKay run, more or less. And even then, Wong wasn't doing the servant stuff for a while. So, yeah, it's almost... yeah, so I don't know what kind of continuity this is supposed to be, but yeah. Also, I hate how JMS writes Wong, where he's, like, just being a dick to Bruce Banner, and he also writes Steven like kind of this posh prick. And I'm like, wow. Dude does he think he's writing a British character? I don't know. But basically, Banner has gone to Steven to be like, hey, I had this theory about the Hulk, which is, when bad people get a lot of money, they're jerks. It's just, when you get something, it accentuates more of what you are. If you're like a good person who becomes a millionaire, you're still a good person. When you get money and you're a bad person, you're just more of a jerk, and now you can wield more power. So, and he basically cites all of, like, the people who've been exposed to gamma radiation, like, Jen and, Jen Blonsky and Amadeus Cho. He references all of them, and he talks about, like, how the gamma affected them differently. And I'm like, and at one point I'm like, yeah, this is kind of cool. This is kind of a neat idea of, like, Banner seeing of, like, was he always a monster? But still. And I'm like, Yeah, but we went through this whole thing of the green door, and also you know this story already, Banner. You already know that the Hulk is like your personality, that is like your darkest thoughts, and also like the your id made manifest. Also the stuff with the green door and whatnot. We already know this story. It is a cool concept, but when you give it a little, like more than 3 seconds of critical thinking, then you suddenly realize, oh, this story means nothing. And Steven, again, doesn't play any role other than he sends Banner's spirit back in time to witness the Hulk. There's no team up between Hulk and Banner. It's more of, it should be called Bruce Banner and Doctor Strange, or Bruce Banner's having an existential crisis, what else is new? Yeah. Also, there's a really dumb joke in here where like Banner's like asked the question, "Hey, why do we still wear clothes in the astral plane?" And Steven goes, "I don't know." And they both, I swear to God, look at the fucking reader. And I immediately went, "Fuck this book." But I kept reading, and we get more of like, "Oh, the Hulk is the monster for life." And I'm like, because Banner didn't want to die when the gamma bomb went off. I'm like, wow, way to shit all over Peter David. I know this book came out before Peter David's run, but like now reading this after his passing, I'm like, wow, this book can go fuck itself. The main story's ass. It means like this comic really means nothing. I understand it's just a one shot, but like reading this post Peter David's story, you know, Peter David's passing is really depressing, and also just makes fun of him. I will say though, on the other end of that spectrum, I do enjoy the backup story because it's just meant to be fun, whereas the other one's supposed to be like deep and thoughtful. No, the Aunt May and Agatha Harkness team up is fun. It's just Agatha's at one of Aunt May's book clubs, and they accidentally open a portal to like the dark dimension. That's really it. It's cute. It's fun. It's nothing major, and I preferred that story over the major one. I hate these one-shots. I don't know. Hopefully the Ghost Rider Galactus one is better, but this is the worst one by far. And it sucks because I love Hulk and Doctor Strange, but this is the worst one by far. Hopefully the Galactus versus Ghost Rider one will at least give me Ghost Rider versus Galactus, and not like, you know, give us the hopes of a Ghost Rider versus Galactus and just let it be 2 pages long. Yeah. Looking at you, Nick Fury versus Fin Fang Foom. But yeah. I'm also like now going to be like, well, now I have to read like the final issue, which is Spider-Man versus the Sinister 16, which I'm hoping at least sticks a landing, no pun intended, because he was best known for Spider-Man, and that's his best work. God, I hope it's good, or at least serviceable. Anyway, so yeah, you guys tell me in the comments below, if you read Hulk and Doctor Strange, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.